Welcome to Trippy Commentaries and another episode of our WWE Raw Reactions. It was a pretty goofy episode, I guess you can call it tonight. A lot of really crazy stuff happened, but we did see some key things happen involving the WWE Championship. John Cena currently holds the title, but there's something going on between him and Roman Reigns. I don't know if it's a friendly bond or perhaps John Cena just knows the inevitable is about to happen, that Roman Reigns will eventually get the championship. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Cena
I believe he will.
Maybe he's going to hold on to it even longer. I'm RJ. You just heard Retro Bret, who has managed to escape the Wyatt compound.
Thank God.
Retro, how the hell did you get out of there?
Well, I used a spoon and dug a tunnel a la Shawshank Redemption style, covering my escape with a poster after I left.
Oh, damn.
I actually met Kyle there. We formed a little bond. You know, the enemy in Miami is my friend, so we tried to work out together. Unfortunately, he's still stuck there.
Oh, no.
I just want to say, if you're listening there, Kyle, we're on our way, buddy. We're trying to bust you out, but we're doing all we can.
Damn, so FPS Kyle is still at the Wyatt compound. We'll have to send him a letter or something. And we should, of course, mention C-Dub is coming to us live via satellite from Montreal, Canada. In fact, to pay homage to the great country of Canada, Corey will be doing this entire episode wearing ice skates. What's up, Corey?
Merci beaucoup, RJ. Thank you very much. I am glad to come to you live from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It was another huge episode of Raw from the Bell Center in Montreal. Always a great crowd in Montreal. The Canadian WWE fans are awesome. Special shout out to all of our viewers in Canada. We had an awesome episode of Raw tonight, guys.
Yeah, it was a crazy one. Before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Slick Blasian. Make sure you guys go check out his channel. He likes to cover WWE, of course WWE 2K, the game, as well as the WWE, so check out his channel as well. He's a cool guy. And a couple things I wanted to point out. Number one, right now you can get the WWE Network for free this week. We here at Trippy Commentaries are completely behind the network for $10. I mean, it's a no-brainer. It has a lot of great stuff to see, including all of the past pay-per-views, WCW, ECW, all of it. It's free right now, so for those of you who don't have it, definitely check it out. I know you just have to type in your email address. We plan on covering a lot of events that you can see right there on the network, so you can kind of bring it up as we talk about it. So definitely check that out. And one other thing I want to point out is if you go to the WWE YouTube page, there's a weekly interview with Triple H that, in my opinion, is must-see TV or must-see YouTube TV. He's awesome on that, and it really gives you a good idea of what's going on and what Triple H is thinking about at that moment. And a lot of times he gives you a little taste of what's to come and what his plans are. So make sure you guys check that out. It's a weekly interview that Michael Cole does with Triple H on the WWE Network. Do you watch that every week, C-Dub?
You know, I watch it probably not every week. I do watch it quite often. It's definitely, as you said, must-see, as well as the WWE Network with the free trial this week. No credit card. All you got to do is give them your email, and you can check it all out. Yeah, I know we're definitely pleased with it, and I think anybody who checks it out there will too. It's not a paid advertisement from us, guys. That's just us giving you guys, our fans, our opinion. We know you guys love WWE, and we're telling you, if you like it, get it.
Yeah, like I said, it's a no-brainer. So let's go ahead and let's break down this episode of Raw. As I mentioned, it started off with Roman Reigns, and I really thought this was kind of a new flavor. He kicked it off. Now, he had some words to say about John Cena, who eventually came out. The quote that I thought was awesome was Roman Reigns straight up said, because of course the crowd was saying, "Let's go Cena, Cena sucks." They were doing that chant that they do every week. And Roman Reigns kind of stood there for a second, didn't say a word, and then he said, "When Roman Reigns is in the house, you're damn right Cena sucks." I thought that was some pretty powerful words from Roman there. Corey, what happened here at the beginning of Raw?
Well, as you said, we saw it get kicked off with Roman Reigns making his entrance to the crowd. The Authority was announced as being on vacation. Roman Reigns coming out to start off the show got a great reaction. He was basically questioning Triple H's placing of Roman Reigns, of himself, in the main event for the title, the Fatal 4-Way at Battleground. He basically said that he can take out everybody in that match one way or another. And then, as you said, when Roman Reigns is in the house, you're damn right Cena sucks, which that got an awesome reaction. I, too, that was something that really stood out to me. Roman said he's going to be the next WWE champion. We can believe that, which brought out Kane, made his entrance out onto the stage. Roman Reigns called him essentially Triple H's lapdog and said that he was Randy Orton's bitch. And that, of course, infuriated Kane. He came to the ring. Roman Reigns cuts him off in the aisle. Big brawl outside the ring and into the crowd back and forth. We saw referees and road agents come out to separate the two. One of them got a choke slam, one of the referees, for their troubles. We saw former WWE superstar Finlay trying to hold back Roman Reigns as Kane is held back by the real-life father of Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas, Mike Rotunda. Finlay kind of looked away for a moment to see if order had been restored. Reigns tosses aside Jamie Noble, who was also holding him back. Spears Finlay, which was, that's awesome. Finlay's one of my favorites of all time. Kane gets Superman punched off of the apron. Great reactions for a hot opening segment here. Retro Brett, I gotta ask you, man, what were your thoughts as far as the reactions that Roman Reigns has been getting as of late and tonight?
I think they're well deserved. He's definitely up and coming. They're pushing him really hard. I don't know if he'll win title this time, but he'll be very, very close. I was also very, very surprised, happily surprised to see Fit Finlay and some of the other people that you mentioned there in the opening segment. That was pretty cool. I was like, hey, that's Fit Finlay, isn't it?
Yeah, especially, of course, with Bray Wyatt and Bo Dallas in the building. It was tight to have Mike Rotunda there. Now, I gotta say, coming into this, I kind of predicted that John Cena would be the reigning champ coming out of this upcoming Battleground, but tonight, that opening little monologue there that happened from Roman Reigns, I really felt like there's now a chance that maybe he's going to get enough momentum to get this championship, but there was more to come when it comes to Roman, as well as the champ, and Kane, who tried to come out and, of course, talk smack. Well, not really talk, because he didn't talk too much. Yeah. He talked a little bit tonight, but, of course, stared down Roman Reigns. And another quote we got to mention was Roman Reigns asked if Kane was Triple H's lapdog, and then took it a step further.
I don't think he asked. He told.
Yeah, well, then he said that Kane was Randy Orton's bitch. That was awesome. And like I said, there's more to come, so we'll be talking about that a little bit later on in Raw Reactions. The first official match of the night was one we've seen a lot lately. It was the Wyatt followers going against the Usos, the tag team champs. This was a matchup that we thought the followers, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, might win in the last pay-per-view, Money in the Bank, to take the tag team titles away from the Usos. Didn't happen. We saw another match, I guess a rematch tonight. What happened, C-Dub?
Yeah, we came back from commercial right off the bat, and the Wyatt family made their entrance in the ring. Harper and Rowan started off this match with a sort of a slow pace. They were wearing down, I believe it was Jimmy Uso, kept cutting him off, preventing him from making the tag. At that point in the match, we heard a lot of dueling Wyatts and Usos chants, which I thought was really cool. Eventually, we saw Jimmy Uso make the hot tag to Jey Uso and cut things off, kind of slowed down the pace again. I really like the unique offensive moves and mannerisms of Rowan and Harper. I mean, these two guys, as we see right there, they're really unique looking. Not only that, I mean, they're not just your typical big guy. That really stands out to me, and the Wyatt followers are getting more and more over with me by the week. We heard more massive CM Punk chants, as we do every single week. Back to the match, we got another hot tag. Saw a big dive off the top from one of the Usos. He got cut off. There was a bunch of really great crowd reactions in this match. It seemed like it just got hotter and hotter with every move. One of the Usos went for a running knee in the corner and missed. And he then knocked the Wyatt follower to the outside and hit the Uso crazy to the outside. The crowd was super, super hot on the near falls. We heard the "This is awesome" chants, which has been a trend. But in the end, we saw one of the Usos going off the top rope, and Harper pulled him down and hit a double underhook sit-out powerbomb for a 2 count. Harper then got a double super kick off the apron. Eric Rowan tripped up one of the Usos as they went into the ropes, pulled him into the outside, which effectively distracted the other. And then Harper came in from the other side and absolutely flattened the other Uso with a big clothesline. 1, 2, 3. The crowd loved it. Retro Bret, my question is here. Of course, tonight we saw a little bit of confusion as to whether the legal Uso was who was actually tagged into the match was pinned. With that being said, do you think that is going to elevate this feud for the tag titles, possibly at Battleground? Do you think we could see some kind of crazy match with, maybe a street fight or a cage match or something like that?
I would prefer to see like a specialty match. I mean, I'm always saying, if you have the same combatants over and over again, you got to change up the stipulation of the match. Hell in a Cell, Last Man Standing, something. Just not the same match over and over again. And I hope they do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. That's a pretty good proposition there, Corey. I think I've always been an advocate of hardcore matches returning, and I think the Wyatt followers would be perfect for that kind of stuff, as well as the Usos. Eric Rowan is massive. Luke Harper is massive. Certainly crazy. And they got the victory today, albeit even though they pinned the wrong Uso, apparently, but they won, unlike the past results. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure we'll see a championship matchup between the two at Battleground. We'll find out. After that, we saw the actual team chemistry kind of fucking with the Authority there. They kind of went to a little, mini part there where you had Seth Rollins, Kane, and Randy Orton together. So I just want to bring that up because you kind of see Kane might have a falling out with Randy Orton. Looked to be it. He said he was getting tired of him.
He's being wasted.
Seth Rollins was acting cocky, and I think we could see some team chemistry issues here with the Authority. This guy Kane, is he going to continue to fight for Randy Orton, who he could probably defeat in a match?
Oh yeah.
Then we saw Alicia Fox versus Nikki. Alicia Fox versus Nikki Bella in a one-armed match. That was probably a waste of time here. Basically, Alicia Fox did not get her arm tied behind her back, so she beat Nikki's ass a little bit, and that was that. After that, Rusev came out, and perhaps he had the best victory of his career, Retro Bret. He defeated RVD. This is a huge victory. I know Rusev's had a lot of wins, but he actually defeated one of the biggest stars in the WWE this time.
Somebody, a name this time. I mean, granted, RVD is probably one of the smaller competitors he's faced so far, but RVD has been around for a long time. He's done it all, seen it all.
Oh yeah. And
he gave him a little run for his money, but I believe someone else might give him more of a run for his money. We'll talk about it later.
Possibly Jack Swagger at Battleground. Maybe. Zeb Coulter made an appearance in the screen. They actually didn't show up tonight, but on the screen there, he came up and mentioned that they challenged Rusev to a battle at Battlegrounds. But, of course, Rusev beat RVD. Corey, do you think this was Rusev's best victory yet?
It certainly has to be one of them. Rusev got another win there after a pretty solid match with RVD. Of course, like you mentioned, Jack Swagger basically put out a challenge through his manager, Zeb Coulter, for Battleground to take on Rusev. That looks like, to me, it's going to be the next big test for Rusev. It's going to be his next big feud. I'd like to see those two, really, it's kind of like the Big E matchups. They're two big powerhouses. I kind of look forward to that. We saw, as I was saying, Rusev, he won tonight with the Accolade Camel Clutch finisher. Van Dam tapped out. Rusev is still undefeated. He is still the WWE equivalent of Ivan Drago from Rocky IV.
Nice.
Retro Bret, what do you think, again, that possibly we could see some sort of a stipulation match at Battleground? Maybe a flag match between the real American Jack Swagger and, of course, the massive Russian Rusev?
Well, I think anytime Rusev is involved, you could have a flag match or some sort of super specialty match like that. I think Swagger is actually going to get the best of Rusev with his ankle lock, and I look forward to Rusev getting shut the hell up.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
So I know you've kind of been vocal about this. You think Rusev's going to lose here at Battleground, which we will be attending. Of course, I disagree with you, Retro Bret. I think Rusev will get Swagger in that camel clutch. If, of course, they do add that match, which I fully expect after Zeb Coulter did mention that today. Corey, one last match we'll cover here in this part real quickly is the interesting matchup between Randy Orton and Dean Ambrose. I mean, this was a long match. Did you enjoy this one, and who came out on top?
Yeah, this was a really, really good match. Both guys were very aggressive from the start. I like to see that sort of aggressiveness out of Orton, who can be come across kind of bland to me at times. At one point, Orton paused to celebrate with Ambrose down in the corner. Ambrose exploded up and took control and really turned the tide of the match. He hit Randy Orton with a huge double arm DDT, and Ambrose was sort of selling the fact that his shoulder was still bothering him here tonight. But later on in the match, we saw him take it to the outside. He whipped Randy Orton into the barricade and started going crazy, throwing a bunch of chairs in the ring, which of course elicited a ECW chant from the crowd there in Montreal. Orton was kind of trying to run away. He lured Ambrose in, sent him into the ring post, shoulder first, which sort of, again, cut him off. And these guys brawled a little bit on the outside. In the end, Orton hit the RKO for the 3-count pinfall victory. It was a great match. I think these two have great chemistry together. I think Dean Ambrose's unique offense kind of rubs off and makes Randy Orton a little bit more appealing and a little bit less stale to me. That's not a knock against Orton. He's not bad in the ring. It's just I feel like he needs a change somehow. I got to ask you, Retro Bret, what are your thoughts as far as Dean Ambrose since he's broken out of the Shield and went out on his own?
I think he's a great wrestler, and he's doing well by feuding with Seth Rollins, but I feel he needs a little bit more stable of an offense as opposed to just like tackling someone and just wailing on him. He needs to have a little bit more control. But other than that, I like him. All three members of the Shield are doing really well since they've split. I don't know. What do you have to say about that, RJ?
I think Dean Ambrose definitely looked good tonight. Unfortunately, he lost. He has a great finisher with the Dirty Deeds. But it's definitely a good sign that they're putting him in a match against Randy Orton, which Randy Orton, hate him or love him, he's definitely one of the better fighters in the WWE, at least as far as they're making it seem. And having him face off against him shows that they're putting Dean Ambrose in the limelight and getting him ready to face off against the guys that are championship caliber, as Randy Orton is. But that said, Dean Ambrose did lose tonight. We will see if perhaps he can get some momentum. He's going to have to get some wins. He did not go against Seth Rollins in a match yet, which we kind of predict will happen. And it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top out of those two when they actually fight one-on-one. That's what I want to see. One last thing we will talk about here real quick, as the next episode we will start off with a thrilling matchup, including Alberto Del Rio and Dolph Ziggler. Had a really crazy ending, guys, that you will not want to miss. But we do have to mention that Bret Hart did make an appearance, of course, with it in Montreal, Canada today.
Of course.
Bret Hart came out, introduced by Jerry Lawler. That was awesome to see. He looked great, in my opinion. I do have to kind of complain slightly how they included him with one of the freaking Damien Sandow storylines that they're kind of doing with all of the guests that come out. That's kind of crazy, you know what I'm saying? I mean, why are they giving all of the special guests the Sandow treatment here? What the hell's that all about? So, yeah. Corey, we'll go ahead and end this part off. To finish it off, make sure you guys stay tuned for part 2. We'll see you guys there. Corey, what did you think about this whole Damien Sandow, Bret Hart situation? Make it quick, of course.
It's always good to see the Hitman, especially in Montreal. It was good to see Lawler, of course, who had the heart attack there in Montreal a couple of years ago, live on the air. We saw Sheamus come out and cut off Damien Sandow, who was dressed up as Bret Hart. I thought this was a match that went on about 2 minutes too long. Sheamus retains the U.S. title. Sandow cannot be taken seriously to me. Should have been a 1-minute squash. Guys, we got a lot more exciting stuff that's certainly more exciting than Damien Sandow to cover in part 2 of Raw Reactions. Make sure you guys stay tuned. Look for that part 2 coming up here right after this. Be sure, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, share, tell a friend, and stay tuned for part 2 of Raw Reactions. Thanks, guys.